Morning. So the market going up, it just keeps smashing. 175. San Diego weather, sky's blue. Bitcoin's almost 48. Ethereum's almost 400. And it's really good to show love to some of these older coins because Litecoin's going up. You're seeing Merino. All of these older coins that have been around for a while. We can't forget to show them love too, because basically what's happening that I can see can get a little bit slippery is everyone's always looking to find the next new thing. And that's how they get you. Because if you think about it, it's like jumping from ICO to ICO, and then before you know it, you're going to jump, a lot of people want to start jumping into these centralized ICOs where the big rich people basically own most of the ICOs because they go into them beforehand and they buy them out. And you can already see it. Mark Cuban's doing that. It's basically what I'm doing as well, but it's in a way where it's not. I'm not going around just giving no one a chance, right? Because I'll go and buy the ICO, the pre-ICO out, and then I'm able to then give a bonus to people that they wouldn't have been able to get. So I'm still sharing it. What these billionaires are doing, they're literally buying it up and keeping it all for themselves, making it to where a lot of people can't even invest. So you got a lot. All right, so man, this is what happens. It gets to be real tough. It's a real tough battle because not only do you have to fight like the governments and all the corruption, you have to fight these super rich billionaires who want to basically fix the game. And sorry, I apologize for my throat. I have a sore throat, so my voice might seem a little scratchy. Basically, the rich people are coming in. They're buying up all these ICOs left and right. And it's going to happen more and more and more. And what's going to happen, it's going to be very hard not to want to invest in these things. But basically, if this keeps happening, a lot of these ICOs are going to be strung together. And you can already see what's going to happen. The corporations form, and then before you know it, they go around and they just start blobbing it up, absorbing all the different ICOs. So it's very important, from my perspective, to at least show these coins love: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. It's real easy to just get caught up in all of these new ICOs, and that is, yes, there's a lot more market cap. But like I said, for every new coin, that's going to take up market cap. Every coin you bring out that has some kind of value or is some kind of competitor or whatever, it's going to take up some kind of market cap. OMG, relatively new coin. Look how much market cap. A lot of these newer coins, 10x, EOS is relatively new. You just have, these old coins like Golem, Sia coin, they're still hanging around. They're still out here. Look at what OX is doing, Civic. You're seeing a lot of the newer ones, and then you have District that's going to be taking up. All of them are just going to keep taking up more and more and more market cap. The more ICOs, what that's going to do is pull money away. It's not necessarily going to pull money away because when you have the market cap getting larger, everyone's getting a share. However, instead of most of it going to the top coins, you're also competing with the smaller coins. So you got to keep that in mind. And trying to drink my water and mute the mic for you guys because I can be obnoxious. So I just like to keep that in mind because right now we're in just such a nice balance with how decentralized we are, and I can see the government's trying to poke away, like Russia. They're into it heavily. We already know they're going to try to come out with some Russia coin. Estonia. There's a lot of areas like that where we just can't close our eyes to it. I also had some news that I wanted to share from a friend, but it was like some insider news, some kind of almost like some cliff high shit. I thought it was interesting. So yeah, we know OMG went to McDonald's in Thailand. That's what caused them to go up to $12. But no, I got an OMG. I forget. It was like either $4 or $5. I don't know. I was a little bit late to it, but I'm just starting to really kind of be in certain lanes. Because at one point I was way too stretched. I was just like, okay, well, this was a wake up call. I had totally forgotten that I had invested in like a handful of ICOs. Like, I literally got an email from the Dime coin, D-I-M, or Dim coin, whatever the fuck, Dim coin, saying that I got coins. I had fucking totally forgot about that. I was like, holy shit, I did invest in the Dim coin fucking ICO. And then it dawned on me. I was like, dude, I have no, like, how much money is like, where are all my ICOs? So it got to be bad because I was just getting lazy with it. So I spent yesterday trying to, find all this sock money lying around. I wasn't that bad with it, but that one definitely caught me off guard because I'm usually pretty good with it. And yeah, so I was like, all right, I need to hone my bets a little bit better. Although it's still fun, it's always fun to find that. The Moscow Stock Exchange, they're saying they were going to add it on cryptocurrencies. Now they're saying they're not. So we don't know what the fuck's going on with Moscow. The Israel government, through the Israel Authorities Security Panel, said it will begin to scrutinize ICOs more carefully and potentially regulate them. So Israel is looking to regulate ICOs. And keep in mind the tech sector in Israel is booming. And that's going to be really good at there to actually regulate it because there's a lot of money in Israel, but they're not trying to fuck around and do something illegal. That's what's starting to happen now because if you look at the interview with Dan Larimar, it's one of his most recent ones. It's like a 2-hour interview. I watched the whole thing. And basically he tells you like, it's so fucked how he had to do it. It's basically, he's saying, all right, he created this platform and it's free. EOS is absolutely free. And the money he makes now is profit in his pocket. It's all profit in his pocket. That's the way he has to say it. But what he's going to do with the money is obviously build EOS with it. But he can't say that or it'd be illegal because then it'd be a security and no one would be able to invest with how big it is. So it's pretty crazy. And that's what's going to really... And it does suck because I do think the price is overpriced right now. Just because if you think about it, there's a billion coins. If this thing was to go to $100, that'd be 100 billion market cap. And it's just going to be tough to see the kind of gains that I want for the risk we're taking. I obviously think Dan is going to be a man of his job. I mean, it looks like that's all he's kind of like me, man, when it comes to like, he doesn't really want money for nice things. Like, I've never seen the dude wear a watch. I've never seen the dude get a bling bling. You never hear about Dan L and his Lambo. You don't ever hear about that shit. If you look at the interview, not fucking a month ago, when he already got the money, he's already balling. He's still living in it looked like a humble ass apartment. So I just think that he's definitely going to just pimp the fuck out of EOS. I just think it's a curse that it's already $1. Because look at basic attention token. Roughly, I've been out of the loop. I have not been trading, guys. Like, I don't trade as much. I've just been collecting and business developing. There's obviously a lot of good coins. You already know what I think. I mean, hell, you can invest in Bitcoin and be fine. Like, just, I obviously like looking for the best deals. So, what am I looking at? Okay, so yeah, there's obviously a little bit more. Okay, so that makes a difference because I was comparing it because at the ICO, that one was only 3.5 cents. So, $1 is still a little rough. I'm not saying it's undervalued. I think it's it's valued right. Like, that's the price. But I think for the risk we're taking, we should have got a better deal. But no one dictates it but the market. And I don't know. With all the regulations going on, it could get fucking pretty ugly for EOS in the future when it comes to price. And then because he says at the end of the year there should be some kind of workable prototype, but we shall see. And I'm really interested in things like Civic. Wow, look at Vertasium, $86. What is going on? This dude is fucking losing it. And it doesn't help that there's so little. I mean, there's only 2 million in CERT. So this coin, he absolutely needs like a home run, some kind of Hail Mary, some kind of something. Oh, obviously, if you haven't seen the No Limit coin with Joe Theismann and Raphael talking, that was awesome. Catch that interview. Well, what was that interview? It was more like a live, just chat, basically. And, I mean, talk about your undervalued coins with how much is in circulation. There's none being, this is basically most of the coins locked up. Like, I would say at least half of it is always going to be locked up for the games and just in whales' hands. And just living off the stake. That's the thing. Like, people, I just still see it, like, especially with the smaller coins. I saw it, all the time. I saw it with Golos when I came up. Even when I was messing with Steam, I saw it. But basically, you're just going to have, it's going to be a perfect opportunity, because with things like No Limit Coin, you're going to have high buys, meaning when the games come, you're going to have a bunch of players buying up all the coin irrationally, just like buying up the ladder, because they're not investors. They're not, they don't know about spearfishing and setting lures. No, they're just going to be buying up the ladder. And when you have someone who wins, they're just going to be dumping, because they're like, well, how do I get my money? And then they just want to push a button and get their money. And you're going to start seeing that more and more, the ebb and flow, the crazy amount of buys, and then you're going to see people dump. So it's just going to be a really dream coin to set lures for. And it's naturally, the more it expands, there's going to be more people buying, right? Because more people buy and fewer people win. And the people who win are still going to want to keep a large portion of that for their bankroll. So the dumps are never going to match the demand. So you're naturally just going to have like an avalanche of just up until it actually fills out. That's the only time it's going to slow down, is when all the sports are out and the coin has absolutely filled out tremendously. Then that's when staking is obviously going to be just absolutely massive. So, when I look at a coin, I always look at it, how long is it going to take to fill out? Man, my throat's really killing me, but I want to get these last points out, and then I'm going to have to kill it. But I got a fucking headache too. Soldier this shit out. But basically, when I look at a coin, I'm saying, okay, how long is this coin going to take to fill out? Right? You can look at MyBit, for example. You can look at No Limit Coin, for example. Let's say No Limit Coin. I'm thinking it's going to take at least a year and a half to really officially get all the sports out. Then you got to think another year and a half of that of just being intuitive, being just trying to really be creative, add more sports, add more avenues, maybe NASCAR. There's all kinds of options. Because once you, like I said, once you've invested, it's like the analogy for Bitcoin. You invest in Bitcoin, you get comfortable, now you want altcoins. Once we have all the sports out, the main sports out, and we're comfortable, we're going to want to add more sports. Just like a juggler, adding more juggles. And so I'm thinking before this coin actually can quote unquote fill out, not completely fill out, but fill out to the form where you're like, okay, that's a grown adult coin now. Because right now I just see a baby. When I look at a lot of coins, I see a lot of baby coins, and I'm like, man, when that coin grows up, that's going to be a stud coin. And I'm looking at that with No Limit Coin, and I'm thinking at least 5 years before it really actually is a grown coin. And what price will it be then? Wow, who knows? Really, I've said I've foreseen the 0.1 buy-ins for No Limit Coin. 0.1's breaking it down like Bitcoin. I've already foreseen it, so we'll see. And the same with MyBit. So when I look at MyBit, most of the time, very, very rarely do I invest in something that's not out yet. No workable platform, just a dream. And I just really like the idea of MyBit from a personal standpoint. I understand how slippery of a slope we are when it comes to the rich people buying. All right, so we're becoming a machine economy. Machine economy is going to replace like 40% of jobs, man. Like most of the jobs you can see like now that get people by who are on hard times are going to be gone. You know, like hot dog vendors, I mean, from everything, dude. Like, everything's going to be automized. Like, even a lot of delivery services as cars become self-driving. It's a really slippery slope, and humanity, these people who are, you know, people who are working at those jobs don't see it as MyBit is like some beautiful safe haven. It's kind of like if the whole world chipped in $1, we'd all be in a better place, right? And $1 is not going to hurt you, or something that, you know, even a penny, it doesn't matter. That's what MyBit's about. It gives the power to the people, where when your job gets replaced by the machines, now you can actually buy a share in that machine that replaced your job. So in a way, you have a machine working for you instead of you working for you. It's kind of like buying your time back then. And you can get MyBit. That's the beautiful thing about MyBit. It's so cheap, right? Like, that's the thing. If MyBit doesn't work, it's either going to work or it doesn't work. It's very polarized, MyBit. There's no fucking in the middle. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. In order for MyBit to work, you have to be able to afford. It has to be. There's only 3-4 million supply. Like, it didn't even reach max cap. For that to work, it has to expand drastically. I mean, we're talking about a $500, $1,000 coin. That's why I invested in it, because the upside was so big. I was like, dude, I broke it down. I'm talking to Ian. I know it's legit. I know their dream. I know they're going to go for it. It aligned with my personal goals. I look at it as a baby. I'm like, man, when this thing grows up, we're talking about a $2, $3, $4, $5, $10,000 coin. Like, we're talking about this. MyBit could be the biggest ROI since Bitcoin. Nothing's going to top Bitcoin in the end from where it came and where it's going, because, you know, it started off at penny cents. It started off at nothing, right? So you can't beat that. But talking about jumping in the game from right now, where Bitcoin is and where MyBit is, MyBit in terms of future ROI, along with No Limit Coin, and there's obviously others I really like. I mean, there's just so many really good coins. There's not so many, but there's some. And with MyBit, you just have to do the math. You think, okay, it's meant to buy smart homes and smart cars and solar panels and all sorts of decentralized atomic IoT devices that generate passive income, replacing these jobs. Those things aren't cheap. So with, let's say, a max supply of 4,000, how much would you need? How much would that coin need to be, right? You need to be, you know, you need to have at least a 500,000 market cap, or $500 million. I mean, $500 million, if not more, up to $1 billion for this thing to work. And that's the beautiful thing about crypto. It can work. You know why it can work? Because humans, all you have to do is shift your awareness, right? Just invest some money into it, and it'll blow up. And then everyone's going to have a chance at actually using a decentralized crowd vehicle. That's why I'm looking at the Kick ICO that's coming out. I think that just anything that's decentralized crowdfunding, I'm a big fan of, because that's what we absolutely need. We need a platform where people can all chip in a little to help the greater good, help people that they want. They're like, yes, I want to invest in that project, and just get away from the central. Like, man, people, don't let the money fool you. Stop looking at the money, because when you look at the money, you're going to become centralized. You're going to stray like a gnat to the fucking sun, to the fire. It's very, very bad to go down that route, because they're going to make it so easy. They're like, man, look at this, you know, Mark Cuban owns this ICO and it's going to make lots of money. You already know it is, but I mean, you just have to understand who these people are in bed with. And then who's really, really, really behind the scenes. And before you know it, people are going to be like, man, these government coins are really, you know, showing ROI. And before you know it, you're going to be taking money from decentralized into the centralized arena. I mean, right now is a beautiful time. We have the ball in our court. We just have to keep running with it. You know, Bitcoin's at $5,000. It's our greatest vehicle right now. Things like Ethereum. A lot of people want to shit on EOS and why I'm so big on EOS, because it's just another decentralized platform. If you listen to Dan talk, you can understand his vision. You can understand that he really wants to create a decentralized everything. And I don't know. I have much love. Like, it's not a money game. When you're not after the money in the crypto, you see through the bullshit, and it's kind of like everyone could be friends. It's like, man, I'm not fucking trying to hate on anybody. I'm trying to find the good in crypto. I wish a lot more people were like that. Holler Basic Attention token, it just keeps going up and up and up. That's nice. It's going to be 50 cents soon for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've just been holding on to Basic Attention token this whole time. I'll hold on to a lot of it. But yeah, I'm going to fucking go drink a bunch of water and chill. So cheers, peace.